Okay, good evening everyone. So we will start today with our next chapter, which is about the image editing and file export. And also the beginning part of this lesson will help you to do the color grading on your midterm and collage of your midterm. So these things also you will be able to do after the class. So once you are done by Saturday afternoon, upload it. The whatever you will do on your midterm, basically it will be just few clicks. Few clicks means like hardly it will take 1 or 2 hours to complete the whole thing, and then you will be able to upload everything on online. Okay, so by Saturday I'm giving you enough time to do that. So let's start with the image editing process. Now, as you know, whenever you have your uh, like objects over here, okay, like all your images in the library. Now you can select any one of the files, you can edit any one of the files, you can export anything you can do. So we are in the library right now, and inside the library, first thing you will do is that you will choose the file that you want to work on. Like suppose this one, you will click on this. Maybe you will go in the loop mode by clicking here, and we will go to develop. Now all the editing will be inside the develop. So once you will move in the develop, you have the whole thing. Now this image is a raw image. Raw image means uh, like you can do a lot of different kind of uh, like editing over here without losing the quality. Okay, so that's why I prefer all of you, whenever you take pictures, take a raw picture. Okay, so your editing is really high quality editing. Okay, so let's start with the link here. Sorry, the options here. What we have in the develop library, you already know. Now we will work on the develop. Now in the develop, we have here thumbnail, okay, of whatever you are looking at. From here, you can zoom in, zoom out, move around, just if you want to see. Okay, so you can do anything over here. Suppose here you are zoomed in, so maybe you cannot see the whole thing. So what you can do here, it will be a little hard to move. Here it will be easy to move around. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. So that's a pretty much about the navigation. Now here you have different options to fit the picture on the screen, or to fill it, the whole scene, or to fit. What it will do, it will exactly show the whole image, but you can see there are some gray area around it. This is like a wasted area, or you can see area that is unused. So if you will go here and click on fill, so that unused area will be now used, and your image will be filled to that area. But if you want to see the whole image, then you will choose fit. Now here you will see the zoom is right now set up to 100%, means actual the whole image you will be able to see. So if I will click over here to 100%, what will happen? This it will move from fit to 100%. So if you want to see fit, it will be fitting the whole image. If you will click on 100%, it will move 100% zoomed in and show you the actual size. This is the real size of the image. If I will go here, this is the real size of the image. Okay, so 100% means the real size of the image. Fit means it will fit. Now if you don't want fit, if you don't want 100% zoom, you can do your own zoom quality, 25%, 6%, 200%. It's up to you. Okay, but usually what I do over here, I keep this one 25%, this one I keep it fit, and this one 100. So if I want to see the whole result. Now under the navigator, we have presets. This is what you will do, what you will work on for your midterm. What are the presets? Presets are already made, you can say, effects. So this is you already made. You just have to click any one of the category and choose. There are three main categories here. One, two, three. Each category have subcategories, and each subcategory have more subcategories. So the first one is the color here. So you will have natural color, bright color, high contrast color, high contrast. So different kind of colors over here you can choose from. And when you click, it will change to that. Okay. If you want to apply more than one, so you have to right click, apply on import. Okay. So it will apply on the import. Otherwise, what you can do is that you can go to the other one like creative. This is the one that you will be using for your midterm project, creative. There are a lot of them here. Okay, you have this one, cool light, turquoise red, whatever suits your image. Okay, and whatever suits the story of your image. If you want sad, try to make something like this one. Okay, if it is happy, okay, try, you can choose any one of that. If you want to show old style, okay, very sad or something, depending on the style of that. Okay, so there are a lot. You can choose any one of these you want. Okay, this is the creative one. Black and white will only give you one color. This is good if you want to create a value. Okay, just like there is, you have a principle of photography. One of them is the value. So this is sorry, the element of photography. So value. So you can choose any one of these values from here and you can apply. If I will move to any other effect, it will replace with the older one. So that's why you have to right click and apply on import. Then you can apply as many you want. So these are different here. You can see that. Okay. Now curves, there are different type of curves and you can choose. Now these can be editable. Suppose if you don't like any one of this, so you can put this here and then you can change the values here. But I don't prefer it right now. Once you will finish with this whole lessons, then you will be able to do that. But at this stage, I will keep it. You can use on any one of these. Now grain. Now grain over here, I can use any grains here. Suppose no grain, so there will be no grain. Let me 100% move in. So right now there is no grain. Image is perfect. If I will go to light, some dots you will see on the image. Medium, little bit more dots. Heavy, little bit more dots. So why we use the grain? Sometimes what happens, your image is blurry. To hide that blurriness, you can add little bit grain over there. So for that purpose, you will use grain. Now we have optics. Optics is all about the lens. Okay, so you can, if you do want to do some lens correction, you can use the optics over here. Now sharpening will give you different kind of sharpening results here. No sharpening result. So say if I will zoom in 100%, just see there is no sharpening. If I go to light, so light sharpening will be there. Medium, just notice what is happening here. Things are becoming sharper. Heavy, it will become more sharper and sharper. So I don't want sharpening. I will go back there. Now here is vignette. I prefer you all use vignette whenever there is a need, but vignette will not look good if your image is too bright, because what it do, it makes your corners darker. So if it is too bright, so you can use maybe light vignette. So it will make the corners darker little bit, not too much. If it is too much on a bright image, like this is the bright image, if I will use heavy, image will not look good. It will look good if I have light. So comparing with the none and light, you can see some sort of a different result here. Now you can make your own presets. When you work over here, you can come at this part, go here, create a preset, it will create a preset. So like last time when I was working, I created my own presets here. So these are my own created presets. So you can create your own presets here. And if you don't want anything here, just you can go back here to default, Adobe default, or basically anything and none, wherever there is a none. So this is all about the presets. Now this is snapshots. What is snapshots? Right now it's all empty. Sometimes you do some kind of changes on your image. Okay, but you say, okay, this looks good. Like suppose I have applied maybe this effect here. Now I will like it. I say, oh, okay, that's good. That's good. That's great. I did it after after 30 minutes, I got this effect. You're happy with it. But then you will realize, okay, let's do some more changes and see how we can work with this. How maybe this will become more better. Now there are two things. It can become more better, or it can become more worst. It will become worst. Okay. You can use grain sometimes if you want vintage style, but you have to keep in mind, always zoom in to see that how much grain is there. If it is a lot of grain, then your image will become really bad. So try to put less amount of grain, not too much. Okay, if you want to create that. So less amount, but not too much, because otherwise it will become too noisy. Then it will not look that good. So what I was saying is that if I will apply anything over here on my screen, okay, any effect, and if I want to continue, maybe I will make it more good, or maybe I will make it bad. So there is a chance. Suppose this looks good, but I want to make it more good. So if I will go here and do something, and I will get this effect, and I will say, oh, this does not look good. Now, if I will go and start doing undo, now, if I will start doing undo, there is a limit of undo. I cannot go all the way back. If I will go all the way back, it will take a lot of time. Okay. The best thing to do at this stage is that suppose you did this effect. Now you like it. So what you can do, you can go to snapshots, press this plus button, create a snapshot. You can write the snapshot name. If you will not write, it will give you the time and date, which is also good. So you can create one snapshot. Okay, now you will do some changes. Okay, and maybe this time you did some changes and you did this sort of effect. Now you will say, okay, this is also good. So what you can do, you can do snapshot one more, and then you will continue again, and then you will do some changes, and in the end you will get something like, you know uh, maybe this kind of effect, or maybe this kind of effect, and now you like this one. So what you will do here is that, or maybe let's go in the black and white. Maybe you will do something like a black and white effect here. Okay, or maybe you like this one or this one. Okay, and then when you will go to snapshot, you can take a picture of this. Now suppose you're working in a company, in a photography studio, and your boss comes and he say, did you work on the image? So you will say, yeah, I worked on the image and I came up with 3 different effects. So what you can do, you can go back here and show him, this is the first one I did, this is the second one I did, this is the third one I did. So whatever he likes, you can choose that. Okay, or if you don't want this one, you can always go on your left side, and there is a reset button. You just press on the reset button, everything goes normal. Okay, and then once you want to check again, you can go back. If you don't want, reset, everything goes wrong. Clear about the snapshot? This is how the snapshot works. Now, number of steps, whatever you are doing, it is creating a history. So this is till now what we have done so far. Okay, a lot of things we have done, a lot of things we have done. So if you want to undo these, you can go to any one of these. Okay, and you can check that. Notice that when we were applying the presets, so one preset is created with number of different steps. So all those steps are here also. Okay, so you can see that number of different steps are there. For example, if I will clear all history, so there is no history anymore. And if I will go reset, okay, it will show the reset is there. Now if I will apply any kind of a preset here, maybe this one, so it will be recorded in the history. So you will see there is it's in the history. So you can clear the history anytime you want. So it's up to you. Now collection is the same thing that we have learned before. So there is nothing special to teach about that. Okay. So I hope this area is clear. Now we will move to the main area. In the top, we have histogram. Now, as you all know, the histogram we studied when we were doing some like a uh, our theoretical part, and there we studied about the uh, histogram. What does the histogram do? Histogram creates like color graph, color value. Now you will see over here there is a blue button here which says shadow show shadow clipping. You can turn it on or off by clicking. If it is white, so it is on. If it is not white from the border, it is off. So I will keep it on and I will show you what it is later. Okay, this is for shadow, this is for highlight. Now, if I will zoom, if I will just move my mouse over here, and it will show bottom what this area is. This area is blacks, this area is shadow, this area is exposure, this area is highlight, this area is whites. So I can control all these together, okay, and make sure all these colors should not be left or right. They should be in one main area, okay, one main thing. They should not be half here or half there. They all should be in the middle, because if they are in the middle, you will be able to make a nice photograph. Because if this whole thing goes to the left, if this whole thing goes to the right, if you go to the left, you will have everything black. If you're like dark, if you go to the right, it will produce overexposed images. So don't do that. To adjust, suppose I want to adjust exposure, so I will go to the exposure setting, click on my mouse, and I can drag the exposure. So it's better to keep it something around here, okay, in the middle, or not here, because it will become white. So if you see, if I'm bringing it there, it will becoming white. So when it is becoming white, you will see some red area are showing up. Now what is this? This is what I told you about highlight clipping. Highlight clipping will show you what area are highly affected, where the information is all lost. Okay. If I will click on this button, it will not show me. It will only show this area, and you can see it is completely white. Means white paper. Nothing is there. So it should not be like this. So I have to reduce it with the exposure. And when I'm reducing, you can see that white thing is lowering down. It's decreasing. I'm turning it down. Now I'm a little bit fine with it. Okay. So that's how it is. Opposite way. Okay. If I will if I will take my exposure and go all the way here. So you will see areas are becoming blue. Now blue means this is completely 100% black, means like this is not be printed correctly. Okay, so if I will move my exposure back, so you can see that that blue thing is going away. So now it's gone away, but still the image is dark, but there is some color value here. It's not like it's 100% black. So this is what clipping shows you. So always keep your clipping on just to see the result. I will reset this. Now, if I want to work only on the black part, like I don't want more black, so I can go only on the black and move it left or right. So I cannot go all the way here, otherwise it will produce more black and the image will look like this. On purpose, if you want to do, that's something else, but try not to do that, okay? So I will do a little bit here. So that's my range, but it's better to keep everything in the middle, not too much back there. Now this is shadows. I can go all the way shadows there, or I can bring it here. So I will try to keep things in the middle. Highlights is the highlight part, so I will keep everything in the middle as well. Okay. Or you can reset if you're done with this. So I hope this part is now clear about the histogram. Now let's see what do we have next. We have all these buttons over here. Now what are these? These are the brushes overlays. Okay. Now let's see what is the brushes, what are the brushes and what are the overlays. Now first let's see overlay. We have crop overlay. If I click on it, it will give me a crop box and a golden ratio. This is what you have learned inside your uh, your what you call your theory, the concept theory. Okay, so what does this crop area do? If I will move this around, I can easily choose any part, okay, or move or rotate or whatever I want to do. I can move the image, and once I'm done, I will click on the done button down, and what it will do, it will crop and rotate that part. Clear? If you don't want that, reset it, so you will go back there. So this is the way it will help you. Now at right now we are looking at what is called is the golden ratio. This can be changed to whatever you want, okay, and for that what you need to do is that I think there is a one button here. I'm not sure where it is gone, but you can change that, okay. So from golden ratio to something else you can do. So I think somewhere right click here, you might find that. Okay, so let me check, should be somewhere here. Okay, so let me check where it is. Okay, so I have to click here, and then after that I have to go to overlay cycles. And where is the overlay cycles? I cannot find it. Okay, it used to be there somewhere, but now I think in the new version, because it was supposed to be there down somewhere, it's not showing. So I'm not sure where it is gone, like where they have placed it. Uh, because here there should be overlay style, overlay cycle or something like that, but that cycle is not showing anymore here. Maybe they have changed it to something uh, somewhere else. Because what you can do, you can change it to rule of third, you can change it to whatever you want, and more other things you can do with that. Okay, so this is like basically what you can do. You can change your image, uh, like you can crop the image accordingly. Okay, like suppose if you're using uh, like any kind of object, like object over like image over here. Okay, so you can just simply go there, okay, and you can change that to that part. Okay, so I'm not sure where it is. Suppose I want to change this one, like I'm using golden ratio. Now golden ratio, it works really good here because this, you can see that it is following the golden ratio, this whole thing. Okay, very nice image, working perfectly with the golden ratio, this part. So I will try to fit this part in the golden ratio, and once it is fit inside the golden ratio, if you want to rotate it, you can go outside this, you will see rotation tool, you can rotate it as well. Okay, if you want to rotate, you can rotate it as well, and when you are done, you just press done, and this is how you will get the result. Okay, if you want to reset, you can reset that. So that's what you can do with the crop overlay. Now crop overlay can be reset from here or from here, but if you will press reset here, it will reset everything that you apply. So better to reset an option. If you want to reset an option, go to any option that you want to reset, press that reset button, not here, because here if you will do it, it will reset everything. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so that's basically here it's all about this. Okay, still I have a little bit concerned here. Try to find yourself how to change this one. Okay, your crop cycle basically. Okay, because crop cycle is not showing anymore here. I don't know where it went. Used to be there before. Okay, so yeah, here it is. Sorry. So you have to go in the tools, crop guide overlay. If you want grids, you will see grids. Okay, and if you want to go to thirds, you will get rule of third over here. Okay, and if you will go to diagonal, you will have some diagonal over here. So there are a lot over here. So you can see golden ratio. Okay, this is the golden ratio. And the one that we were using was golden spiral. This is the golden spiral. Okay, this is what we were using. Okay, and there are like many more. So what you need to do is that the shortcut is O on your keyboard. If you press O on your keyboard, you can move through different these things. Okay, so if you want to balance your image, you can do that. And if you want to change the orientation, like flip it around, then press Shift O. So you can see that golden spiral is changing its orientation. So suppose this is something like this. If I press Shift O, it will start changing the orientation basically. So this is the crop overlay. Now here I have spot removal. Now spot removal, let me go to an image of a person and then try over him, because it will work on the image itself. Okay, so maybe let me remove old ones. This was old one. Now what does the spot removal tool do is that if I will zoom here, you will see that on his face there are a lot of spots, some places. And if I don't want to see those spots, I want to hide those spots to clear his skin, I can use the spot heal removal tool, and I can paint over those areas. Like suppose here there is a spot. So if I will just click and draw here, you can see that now it is not showing. Okay, so I can turn it off or on from here to see before and after. Okay, so I'm in the clone option. So what it will do is that it will take any part from here. Just see, if I'm moving, it is making a clone over there. And when it makes the clone, so it will replace with that part. So that is the clone option here. I can change the size of this. I can change the feather of this, opacity of this. If I'm in the healing option, let me delete this one. Healing option, what it will do, it doesn't need any secondary things. It will do opposite, like everything by itself. So if I will draw here, automatically it will be removed. It will heal it. So it is much more better. And you can choose any area, but the like the algorithm is a little different. The way it do it is a little different. Suppose I don't want the wrinkles. I can draw here on the wrinkle. And we'll start removing things. But the thing is that here it's not ideal for bigger things removal. It is good only for spots. That's why it is called spot removal tool. If I will draw here, I can do that. Now if I want to change the size of this tool, I can make it even bigger. This is too big. Okay, so the result will not be that good. So always better to keep it smaller. Okay, not too small, not too big. Ideal size will work out. And keep in mind, because students sometimes what they do, they start working on the bigger area, and it will only work on the smaller areas like the way I'm doing here. Now that's about the spot removal tool. You have clone and you have heal. So two options you have. The heal actually heals the skin. Clone only what it do, it copy paste from one area to another area. Okay. And then if you want to remove this spot healing, you can remove actually from any part you want. Okay. And when you're done, you can press done button, and what it will do is that it will lock it. It will lock that effect on your character. So it will be there now forever. Okay. So whatever you want to apply, just click done once you are done. Okay. Now here I have red eye. Now red eye nowadays, if you will see or new pictures, they don't have red eyes. Sometimes what happens, suppose this image, if you will see that there is no red eye, but the thing is that it's too bright. So let me change this one. So she don't have a red eye as much on her face. Okay, but usually sometimes what happens in the older images, you might get some red kind of reflection in your eyes. So this red eye tool is for that. You just have to click over here. Then you have to take the red eye, okay, put on your eye, okay, and make the size of the pupil. Okay, and once you will do that, it will find it and it will fix it. So now I don't have a red eye, but I have this white spot. So I can dark this up. You can see that it's becoming darker. And if you think it's too small, the size of it, I can make it bigger and darker. And then I have pet eye. Now what does the pet eye do? If I will go here and just notice, it catch the light. If there is no light there, it catches the light there and try to fix that area. Okay. Now where it is used, when you take the picture of cats, now what happens with the cat? Cat's eye reflects a lot. So when you take the pictures of cats, so it will reflect a lot, and their eyes looks very shiny and very sparkly, which is not good for photograph. So what you can do is that you can fix that with the pet eye option here. In the red eye, there is a pet eye. You can change with that. Now you can make it bigger or smaller. Now sometimes what happens, if you will create it, there will be no light, but it will become flat. So flat doesn't look that good. So you have to press add catch light. But if you want flat, so you can uncheck this. So there will be no light. Now there is a light in the middle. So if you will move it around, it will catch the light and it will make more realistic result. So here is the red eye. This is the pet eye. So if I press done, it will lock the effect. But kind of it will look not that good, okay, on her face. And you can always go to history to hide the effect, just like in Photoshop what you do. So that's the red eye. Now we have here graduation filter. Now graduated filter. Now graduated filter is what, let's apply it on some other image here. Let's apply on this black and white image here. Okay, so I will take this graduated filter and click on the screen, or I can click one time anywhere where I want it to start and drag it all the way here. Now when I do this, it will give me different options here. Okay, like here there are effects and you can choose any effect. Maybe I want an effect of uh, saturation or hue. I can go in the hue and I can increase the hue, and you can see some changes are happening. But how this changes happens? Right now the mask is off. Let me turn on the mask. Okay, so if I will turn on the mask, I will go to luminance, turn on the mask, and you can see that there is, like, this area is red. Now this red area is created by this graduated filter. Starts from red, then start and gradually it starts fading. That's why it's called graduated filter, because it gradually reduces from one direction to other. So wherever there is red, effect will be applied more over there, and wherever there is no red, effect will not apply over there. So now if I will move this, you can move with this circle and you can see the red is coming more towards this side. If I will go to this direction here, to the corners, I can reduce the size of it like this. So if I will reduce it more and more and more, so you will notice that there is a sharp line over here. So the effect will be very noticeable. So always try to expand it so there is a faded line here, and wherever you want the effect, make sure that area is red. Okay, so now if I will turn off my shadow, my mask here, and see the result. Right now I'm in any effect you want to apply, you can go to that effect and it will be applied over there. Like suppose color. Okay, now I can choose any color here, suppose blue color. Okay, and if I will change the color value more or smooth or darker color. Okay, so it will give me the effect here. So let's choose the blue or green color, and you can see that how the effect is here. Okay, not here, because if I turn on the mask, this is the red area where the effect is, and this is not the red area. Here the effect is not there. And if I will go in the middle and try to squeeze this, so you can see that there is a sharp line in between. Now if you will see, you can see in the effect I have a sharp line. So to avoid that, it's better to increase this so you will have a fade. Okay, so that's good. Anything you can apply over here. Suppose if I want to apply a defringe effect or sharpness or saturation, black or white, choose any effect, change it, and it will be applied on your image. Now once you are done, what you can do is that you can press done. Now I can apply this graduated filter again, but this time what I will do here is that I will take the color, okay, and choose the color here. This time I will choose a different color, maybe blue. Okay, and if I will go here, oops, sorry, graduated filter, and you have to press new over here, otherwise it will not create. So because already I applied green, so now I'm doing new, so I have to press new, and new will be applied over here. Okay, I have to choose anything here. Okay, so I can choose the color, and why it's not showing me the mask here? Okay, that's strange, it's not showing me. What's the reason? Okay, that's strange because if you press new, it will create a new one, and then you press done, so it will have two of them. I don't know why it's not doing that on my computer. Usually that issue is not here. Maybe I did something extra here by while giving you demonstration, but this is basically how it actually works. You just have to press done, and then you can apply new one. So now it's not applying new one. I'm not sure why it's not applying, but that's the way you do it. Okay, so I'll just press done over here. Now next here is the radial filter. Now radial filter, if I will click on it, it will give me the same thing here. Okay, I can choose color, but what? Oh, okay. Wait, I will go back here. What I did wrong was that whenever you want to start an effect, you have to drag that on the screen. Now I'm getting the new one, but I want to do it all the way opposite. This time I will do opposite and put it somewhere here. And oops. And if I'll turn on my mask here, luminance, so you can see that what I'm doing there. Okay. So now you can see I have two of them. One is here, green, another one is blue. So you can make two of them. Okay. And every time you are done, just press done and you can add one more and create one more. And this time I will make something else. Maybe I will choose a different color. So you can see that this is a kind of a different color. Okay. Now what I can do, I can still, instead of clicking done, one more thing I can do, I can add one more. Inside one image, I can make as many I want these graduate filters. So it's totally up to you. And now you can see how colored image I have it. So I will reset this whole thing and go to the radial. Now what does the radial do? If I will click here, now both of them have one more option. If you click this button arrow, you will get all these options on the bottom and you can manually change them. Okay, instead of going in the list and choosing one by one, you can select any one of them on one page. So this all the effect is on one page. Okay, but if you don't want anything on the one page, you can choose any one of this and it will be applied here. But if you want to see all of them on one page, just click this and you will have. Okay, so I have here the graduate filter. This is the radial filter, sorry. Here I can drag and create a circle. And when I do that, and if I will go to my luminance and turn on the mask to see, you can see that the image here is not red. Image that is outside is red. So image that is outside means it will be affected. The one inside will not affect. So if I will uncheck the mask and start applying any option here, maybe I will choose a color here as well. Or let's do some brightness and darkness here. Let's go some contrast. Okay, so if I will reduce the contrast, okay, so I can do the contrast here. Oops. Okay, so I can change the contrast here, more or less or whatever you want. So contrast of outside area is changing, not the inside area. And then maybe I can go to color, change it to whatever color you want, maybe yellow or whatever color you like. Now once you have decided this, press enter. And now let's see, what if I want to affect inside, not outside? So what you can do, if you will go, if you will check the mask here, so it will show you this outside area is red, inside is white. But if I will click on invert, it will do the opposite. Outside will become white, inside will be red. So if I will close this mask and see, the effect is now in the middle, not outside. So this is how you can create a radial filter. And when you are satisfied, just press done. Okay, so this is how you can apply any kind of a graduate filter or something like that. Now let me reset this and go to the next option here. And next option here is about adjustment brush. Now what does the adjustment brush do? It will do the same thing as graduate filter or as radial filter, but here you need to draw on your screen. If I will draw something here, okay, by taking this brush, if I will draw something like here, okay, so it will add that effect here. Like suppose if I will go here, choose color, okay, let me close this one. So you can see wherever I draw, it has drawn the circle, like a color over there. So I can change the size of my brush and I can paint just like that wherever I want the green thing. Okay, maybe I want a darker green. Maybe I want a blue. So they all will change. So you just have to press done to add a new effect here. Okay. Now there are A and B. What is B? A secondary brush. Okay. Maybe you want a second brush to be a little bit different color or different way or different effect you want. So you can add that too here. So you can have two brushes at the same time. Now here, if you want to erase, you can also erase. Suppose I don't want this part, maybe I can erase this later on. You can also check the mask here, that what you have drawn. So you can draw your own mask with the brush. And you can go to any adjustment here. You can choose any one of it, or if you press this button, it will show all the adjustments on the one page. So you can change anything here. Now let's see these adjustments one by one and see what is their role, what these adjustments actually do. So I don't want to apply this here. I will just reset. Let's go to this person's face here. Image, reset this also, and a little bit zoom in here. Now I want to apply adjustment here, but not with the brush, because with the brush it will take time. So what I will do here is that instead of taking the brush, I will take the radial filter, create a radial filter somewhere here next to his eye, and apply the effect here. Now let's see where the effect is applied. Okay, it's applied outside, so I will choose invert, so it will be applied on the eye. Now basically you can change the range of your mask from here. You can make it smoother by increasing it, or you can increase or decrease the range of it, okay, or you can change it by color value. Okay, so you can go pick the color that you want to affect. I want to affect this area, or maybe I want to affect only the eye. So I will take from here, take the eye, put this back the dropper, okay, and once I will put it back on the dropper, maybe I can increase that range mask. And now if I will go to luminance, okay, or if you want to see how the effect is done, you can press this button down here and you can see how I'm working with the effect. So if I will reduce the range, so it will be only to the eye, because I chose the eye. So whatever changes I will do, it will apply on the eye. For example, if I will go to color, I can change the color of the eye. Okay, So any color of the eye I can change from here. So I hope you got the idea here. But we are not working on the eye itself. We are working mainly on the whole thing. Okay. So let's go one by one to see all of it. So I want to uncheck the color here. Make it white. White means nothing. Okay. Now let's start. Now, first thing that you see in this effect, in the adjustments, all these three, whether it is a graduate, whether it is a radial, or whether it's a adjustment brush. So if I will go here, you can make the image black and white. Sorry, I read your comment like little late, Mariam. If you want to make an image black and white, simple. Here you have the presets. Go to the black and white preset, choose whatever you want, which black and white preset you like. Choose that, apply it, and then press done. That's all. Okay. So that's how you can make an image black and white. I will reset this one. Okay. Okay. So I hope that's clear, your idea about how to make things black and white. So now here I have temperature. What is the temperature? Temperature is either cold or hot in real life. Okay. Cold have a color. What is the color of the cold? The color of cold is blue. And what is the color of hot? It's red. So same thing we have here. If I will go to the complete cold side, your image will start becoming blue. So you can see that this is affecting becoming blue. If I will go to the hot side, it will start becoming reddish. Okay. So that's what the temperature actually do. Now if I want to change the tint also have either green tint or purplish or magenta tint. So if I will go all the way here, it will become uh, green and all the way magenta. Now with the help of these, you can play with the settings. Okay, like suppose if you want a mix of magenta and a little bit tint, so you can work around that. Okay, and you will have a nice kind of a result. Okay, I keep it 0 0. Now exposure. Exposure, as you know, it exposes your image is the colored value. If I will increase the exposure, you can see that's becoming white or brighter. If I go all the way, you can see my highlight clipping is on. So when your highlight clipping is on, basically what it will do is that it will help you to know or to understand which part is getting overexposed and which part is not getting overexposed, or which part is okay, which part you is fine for now. Okay, so I cannot do that. Just see on your image, it looks like somebody have put the bulb on his eye. Okay, if you will notice here, which is not right. If I go all the way back here, so this is will become all black, and you can see that here it is on the shadow clipping, and it's start becoming black. Okay, but it's kind of giving a very surrealist result. Like suppose if you want to show that this guy does not have an eye, so you can make this kind of a radial like filter. Okay, make the size of the eye, put somewhere next to the eye. Okay, and apply this, so it will start showing, but not too much, uh, as much that you will be not able to see his eye, and you will get something like a very nice surrealist result over here. Okay, like the person he does not have eye, just like that you can do. Maybe a little bit more less you can do that. So this helps you to see the result much more better. Okay, because that is very far away, because the result from far distance is different, and result from closer distance is different. So that's why it's better to see both sides. Okay, now that's what this exposure actually do. Now let's see the contrast. What does the contrast do? It either, if I will go lower, it removes all the black from my image. If I will go all the way higher, it will add more black and more white to my image. Black will become more black, white will become more white. But if I will go back here, so black will become more dull, white will become more dull. So you will have a flat sort of image here when you're working on the contrast. Highlights is the part which are strike with the lights. Like suppose this part on the eye, this part on the skin, it is striking with the light. So if I will increase the highlights, so those area will start becoming brighter. If I reduce it, so those will become less affected. Now shadow is all about the shadows. Okay, if I increase it, so you can see that shadow is are gone, so there are no shadow on his eyes. But if I will decrease this one, you can see the shadows are coming back. If I will go all the way -100, so the existing shadow that you have on your screen will become more darker. So it works on the existing shadow. It does not create a new shadow or something like that. Okay. Now white, the white part of your image, black is the black part of your image. If I will increase the white, so whatever is white will become more whiter, and it will start affecting the neighbor pixels. If I use black, so whatever is black will start becoming more black. So usually you work on these two together, okay, to get these kind of results, the black and the white. Now let's talk about texture. Let me make it bigger. Now texture on this image will be more viewable. The reason is that because he have some wrinkles, and that can be a good study of textures. So if I will increase the texture over here, so the wrinkles will start becoming more prominent, because texture, what it do is that it calculates what is the main texture, prominent texture on that object or on that image, and it will start enhancing it. Right now the texture is 25. If I will increase way up 100, you can see that it is becoming more and more prominent. Okay, so that you can do with this texture part. So if I will reduce this, you will see that texture is now became opposite, blurry, not that visible. So it's totally up to you how you want the textures to be. Either you want them to be very strong to show just like this, you can increase the texture, and if you don't want to see them with this high amount of the black, so then you can reduce it to normal 0 value. Now here we have clarity. Clarity is something like, suppose if your eyesight are weak, and if you are outside and trying to read a shopping center signboard or a poster on a wall, if your eyesight is weak, things will look blurry or unclear to you. So those who have good eyesight, you will be able to see everything perfectly and nicely. Now if I will reduce the clarity, so what will happen? It will become very blurry, the way same thing like you are trying to read it, but your eyesight are not good, so you are maybe you are not able to read it. So clarity will give you that effect. So if I'll go to clarity, you can see it is becoming blurry, something that you cannot read or see from far away distance. If I will go to clarity increased, it will become more prominent, so that even from far distance you will be able to see the details. Okay, that's what the clarity actually do. Now here we have dehaze. Now what does the dehaze do? Let me move my this uh, effect circle over here. Let's see what does the dehaze do. If I will increase the dehaze, you can see all the image there is becoming more and more in focus or sharper. It will start dehazing my image, removing all the haze. Haze is what? In the air there are always small dust particle, which is not visible to naked eye. But when you take a picture, okay, whenever you take a picture of something with a lot of dust, so you will notice there is a light all over the place, because that light was bouncing with the dust and it was producing haze. But here, what we will do is that if I will decrease it, so you can see that light which is in the air is now becoming more prominent. Okay. Now, let me do one thing here. Let me take this and make it a little bigger so you can see what does the haze actually mean. So if I will go back here in the haze and reduce it, you can see that there is a lot of light. You know, that light with the outside when you see the floodlight or light next to the sand or something. So that sort of light it will give you the effect, because what it is doing, it is giving an effect of dust in the air. So that's what the dehaze do. If you increase it, it will remove all the dust. If you will decrease it, it will bring back the dust. So that's what you can do with the dehaze. I hope this is clear. Now let's move to the hue. Now what does the hue actually do? Hue, if I will increase or decrease, it will move my color. Okay. Let me, because right now I'm on fine adjustment. Fine adjustment means the adjustment will be very slow, because we are in the fine adjustment process. So things will change slowly. So which is good, okay, in most cases. But if you want fast result, uncheck this one, and if you remove it, the result will be, I can get faster. So what it is doing, it is changing the color from its main color to its like the contemporary color. So it changes the color. So whatever suits, choose that color and you will be able to get that effect on your model. So that's what it is. I'll keep it 0 for the basic. Now I will go back here, saturation. Now what is the saturation? Mariam asked me that can we make any picture black and white. So there one method I already told you. Other method is saturation. Saturation is what? Is the amount of color, the brightness of the color that you have, the amount of the color that you have. Now, if I will have an image and it's taken from a colored camera, so the image will be colored because there is a lot of good saturation in it. But if I will take it from a black and white camera or some camera which does not have a good color, so the color will be saturated, like black and white means there is no good color value. So that's what the saturation will do. If I will decrease the saturation, it will start becoming the image black and white, no color. So this is the one way to make things black and white. If I will, and notice that if I move across, this is my radial filter where you can move to create this kind of effect. Okay. Now, if I will go here and increase the saturation, so the color amount will become more and more. It will become more shockingly visible, the color itself. That's what the saturation actually do. So I usually keep it back to 0, normal. Now this is sharpness of the image. So you can see now if I reduce it, it will be all blurry. But if I increase it, it will be all sharp. So if I will go zoomed in, you can see it has become sharper. Okay. So this is blurry, this is sharp. Okay. And this is where you are right now. Okay. So that's what you can do. Noise will increase that grain which we were talking about before. If I increase it, so it will increase the blurry noise. If you will decrease it, it will produce more grain noise. So it's up to you. It's little different than what I told you about the grains before. So this can be done for any other purpose as well. Now I have here defringe. Now what does the defringe do? Defringe basically works with the like fringing of an image. Like if your image have some like fringe parts, like basically on the, if you are putting something from a white background, so and you're changing the background, okay, So that what it do is remove that white border from your image. Okay, so that's what it actually do. It removes your white or bright part, a lot of bright part that you get on your image. That is for to fix that it is used defringe. Now here, if you have something which is very bright, overexposed, now defringe will help it to bring back your like quality, your image quality back. Now every brush here, if you paint, okay, it have a feather amount, soft border amount, so you can use the uh, like feather amount over here. Okay, now I hope this is all clear about the colors. I don't know, every time I pressed here it just clicked there. So this is all the basic adjustment you can do with these three options here. So either you can bring all of them on your screen, or one by one you can bring them on your screen. So this is all uh, about that. Okay, I don't know why it's I keep on clicking there. Because the issue is that it's so thin that whenever I click it, it selects the side wall. Now we will move to the basics here. Inside the basic, you will have options to change overall image. Okay, overall image means like not particular area, not like radial filter or square filter or brush mask. It will work on whole image. And this process is called the color correction. What does the color correction do? Color correction actually fix the color amount on your image. If your image is not good and it's not looking that good, the colors are not that good, so you can change with that. Okay, now suppose in this image, let me take a raw footage, raw image. Okay, now this image is good as it is a raw image, and I can do the white balance. Now what is the white balance? WB white balance. What does the white balance actually do is that it changes your image and its white color. Every image have a white color inside. When you take a photograph, you are taking a white environment, means neutral environment. Now how the image changes, why my room looks yellow? Okay, why it is yellow here, why it does not look some other color? The reason is that, because why it's not looking white, why it's looking yellow? Because I was under tungsten lights, mean like I was under yellow lights. So if I'm under yellow lights, everything will become yellow. If I'm under blue light, everything will become blue, which is not correct. Okay, so this is not correct. You have to fix this issue. So to fix this issue, we have white balance. Now white balance, if you're working on raw images, which I always recommend you, if you go in the list here, you will see there is an auto, there is a daylight, there is a cloudy, there is a shade, there is a tungsten, there is a fluorescent, there is a flash, there is a custom. Now auto, if I will do, so you can see automatically it changed the whole thing, and it did a pretty good job. Otherwise, if you have taken this in the daylight outside, so the result will be like this. Cloudy, the result will be like this. Shady, the result will be like this. So any kind of white balance you can do with this. Okay, I will do auto. And if you don't want to do auto, so you can go to custom. Okay, or sure, custom. Okay, so that everything goes here. Now to do manual, what you need to do is that you have to play with the temperature and the tint. So you have to adjust these. It's like a try and error and see which one suits better, which one looks much more better, and you can apply from here. Or you can take this dropper tool and choose which image is white over here. So I think this thing is white. So if I click on this, So what will happen? It will automatically fix my image. Okay. So that was the white thing which was not right. Now if I will press Control Z, notice the histogram. If I will do Control Z, can you see? All these colors are not in the center of this. They all should be together. If they are not together, your image is not right. So what you can do here, just like if I took this one and I click on the white area, they all became, they all merged together. They became the way they should be. Okay. So if I don't want that, so what I can do here is that I can play with this and keep my eye over here. So if I'm changing this temperature, okay, so you can see that if I'm increasing, they all are going wide apart. So that means I have to reduce the temperature. And when I reduce till here, and you can see they all are quite together. Now tint. Tint, if I will go all the way back here, everything will become purple. If I will go to this side, it is fine. And if I will go a little bit away, so it will again, it will be, uh, you know, like these will go wide apart. So always keep the three colors because it shows three color here. Okay, sorry, the four color temperature, both of the temperature, yellow and blue, and tint, both tint, purple and green. So it shows the tint. So keep your eyes over here and keep on changing here. So things should be together, and in the middle, all of them, the high peaks of one another, and you will get a nice copy, like result, just like what I did here, and I got a nice output over here. Okay, now here the one thing before doing the white balance, you will notice there is a profile over here, and we are using Adobe Color Profile. Otherwise, you have this button, click to show profile browser. If you click on it over here, you will see different profiles here. Okay, if you will go here, there are different profiles. Choose the one that looks nice to you, and then you can like carry on. Like suppose I go here, I like this one maybe, or maybe this one, so I can roll over and see which one looks better, and you can select that and you will start working on it. That is the profile. I will close here the profile by clicking this. So this is your profile. Now after that we have treatment. Now I am in the color treatment. If I will go to the black and white, my image will become black and white. So this is another way of converting an image into a black and white image. Okay. And then if you want color, go to color. So this is totally up to you with in the basics. So students, let me know if everything is clear. Any questions so far you have regarding the editing that we have done? So we will stick to presets and basics for your project, midterm project. So apply on your midterm project the presets or the basics. Okay. So just watch this video again after we are done and see how you can apply the effects there. Now, one thing I would like to mention over here is the collage. We were talking about collage, how to put images together. We can put images together with the help of collage. Let's see how to make a collage. To make a collage, you have to go to the print. Now, once you are in the print, you will see an empty window here. If you don't see that, go to user templates, sorry, Lightroom templates, choose whatever template you want. Okay, and it will start creating that template on your screen. And or what you can do is that you can just click any one of these buttons on the top and double click on it, or choose any one of these. Usually it should be custom package. So click on custom package if you don't see anything and start making your collage. Now my image, if it is vertical, so I have to make horizontal collage. So I will go back here, page setup, change it to portrait portrait to landscape, and press OK. Now I have this. Now what I can do here is that I can take any one of the image, drag it here. Now I'm making a collage here. Okay. So I'm doing very quickly. You can take your time when you're doing. Done. You got the idea? This is how you can make the vertical collage over here. Now, simple drag and drop and make your collage. But if your images are not vertical, if they are horizontal, so how you will make a collage? You will change the orientation of the page. Go to page setup, change to border, oh sorry, portrait, press OK, and automatically it will arrange, or you can put your own videos here, on your own pictures here. Suppose I will put this one here, this one here, this one here. So just drag and drop over there and you will have a different kind of collage. Clear so far? Okay. Now, one other thing here is that once you are done, how you will save your collage, how this collage can be saved. To save a collage, first thing you need to do is that you have to go to the printer option here and choose Adobe PDF. Now, if you don't have Adobe PDF, it will show Microsoft PDF, and you cannot do a lot with the Microsoft PDF. It's always better to use Adobe PDF here. Now, how you will get the Adobe PDF? You have to install new Adobe Acrobat Reader, the new one. So it will bring the Adobe PDF with it. Otherwise, if you don't have a new Adobe Acrobat Reader or Writer, it will not give you this option. It will give you Microsoft PDF option, and there you cannot change a lot of things. So I have to choose Adobe PDF, not the printer, only Adobe PDF. And before installing this, make sure you have Adobe Acrobat Reader, the new one, installed already. Otherwise, it will not show. It will show Microsoft PDF. Now, once you are done, okay, what we need to do is that we have to work on the properties. So you will click on the properties. If you want a very high quality one, go to default setting, choose a high quality print, and then press OK. So it will make a nice looking PDF for you. Done. Uh, we change the like the quality size over there. Okay, the print high quality is there now. Now next thing is that press OK. But before doing that, you have to make sure everything is set up. Now next time I want to save it. So what I need to do is that I just have to press okay, once you are done with this, it will give you this option to save it wherever you want automatically after you are done. So when you are done, it will give you automatically that where you want to save it. So if you don't want to save right now, press cancel. Next time if you want to save, you just don't press printer, you press print. So when you press print, it will understand now that you are looking for .pdf file. So when you are looking for the .pdf file, and it will print that file actually. Okay, so if I will press print, so now it is saying that .pdf file you is going to generate. Let us know where you want to save. So I will go to the documents, my folder where I want to save. Okay, and any folder I can save in, I can make a new folder, save inside this folder, and once it is saved, it will automatically open that PDF and show it to you. Actually, the quality I kept it very high, so it will take little time. Done. Now what it is doing, it is done, but at the background it is opening that file here, that the one that I saved. Okay, now done. Now you can see the quality is very high because we chose the high quality. So if I will zoom out, you can see it's a very nice outcome of a photograph. So this is a collage of 3 images on top of each other, 1, 2, 3. But if you want vertical, so it should be landscape collage 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now, many students asked me, can we use more than 3 images? Now, thing is that your project is about 3 images. That means it have to be 3 images. You cannot do on your own add more photographs. Otherwise, you will lose the mark because you're not following the instruction. If you fail to follow the instructions of the assignments or projects, that means you didn't read it right, or you didn't understood it, or maybe you don't want to do that. So you have to make sure this is everything is right for you. So I hope this is clear how to save it. Is it clear everything how to save your PDF file? Okay, now I will go to the file option if I want to save it as an image. So I can go to file, export, but it will not export the whole thing like the way I have it. It will export only one image from it. Okay, so that's why always better to make a PDF from here. Okay, to delete apart from a paintbrush, let me show you. Okay, now to save the image, we are now exporting an image. You have to choose your folder. Okay, and that you have to go to the desktop, choose wherever you have. I have one of my folder, I have selected that, then I will press export and it will export my image. Okay, so maybe it will take one of the images here and export it. Now one thing here is suppose as Mariam was asking how I can delete part I paint with the brush. So if you have this, let me go to develop. If I have this image here and I want to create, let me take the bigger image. Okay, so suppose I will take the brush and let me close this so I have not all the settings here. Okay, now if I want to paint with my brush here, the effect, okay, so I can just easily paint it here. I can press here to show overlay mask, so wherever I'm painting it is showing me. Okay, and here is where that effect will be applied. If I will go back here, choose color and choose any color, so you can see my color value here. Okay, now suppose I want to delete this mask, but turn on the mask, it is there, turn off, it is there. Now I want to delete this. So what I will do here is that in the brush I will go to the erase part, click erase, and once I will click the erase, I can make my brush bigger or smaller, up to you, and start erasing the part that I painted. Is this what you were asking, Mariam? Is it this that you were asking? Okay, so simple, you just have to press the erase button. Now if I want to go back to my brush A, there are two brushes. You can use any two brushes. Sometimes what happens, I want to work with this brush, okay, and then I can go to the other brush and maybe I can work with this. So you can use any one of these like brushes here on your screen. Okay, like you can go here, paint with this, then you can press here, paint with this one. So two brushes at the same time you can print you can paint, because sometimes what happens, you need a thicker brush and sometimes you need a thinner brush. So for that purpose you can do this. Okay, so guys, I hope everything is clear. If you have any other question before moving to the blackboard, just let me know so I can do that here, and we can record that also, because on the blackboard then we will not be able to do a recording. If everything is clear, if nobody has question, just also let me know so we can move to the blackboard. Okay, so I'll end the stream now. Hopefully you will now be able to work on your midterm, the part that you left. Finish that part, the color correction, the color grading part, and also make collage as a PDF, and then by Saturday afternoon upload it. Okay, so you have a good time. Okay, so now I will end the stream. So let's move to Blackboard.